I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase, and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Diva. I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Well, the man who's walking down the aisle here in front of 44,000 plus is the greatest champion of all time, transcending the business. And tonight, it's personal. For 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated everyone. And luckily for Roman, he's had a special counsel and his cousins to help him keep cool, keep focused, and concentrate on the business at hand.
Now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside. And without those calming forces, Corey, cracks started to form last night in Roman's armor.
No telling how Roman's going to handle things on his own. It's been years since he competed on his own, but that's the situation we're seeing right now for the Tribal Chief. In recent weeks, Seth Rollins touched on the one thing that Roman Reigns has not been able to get over: the dissolution of the Shield at the hands of Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man, and what Seth Rollins did to his family was cowardly in the eyes of the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, the man who is blessed by the gods of sports entertainment.
Corey, on SmackDown last night, we saw one thing that we haven't seen out of Roman Reigns. We saw Roman Reigns lose his cool.
Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down.
Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
And that title, the WWE Universal Championship, has been in Reigns' possession for a record-breaking 516 days. Can he extend the reign even further tonight? The Royal Rumble Premium Live event kicks off with a match between two former brothers. Roman Reigns in his record 516-day reign as Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins, donned in the old gear that they used to wear in the Shield.
Rollins looks very comfortable in that tactical vest yet again.
But he's even more comfortable inside the head of the Tribal Chief. We haven't seen Roman with this type of look, this type of confusion in 500-plus days.
Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
You're right, Cole. 1 week ago on SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. As a result, Jimmy and Jay are barred from ringside.
It was an all-or-nothing move, as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match gone the other way. It just proves that Seth freaking Rollins will take every freaking risk to win.
Manages to reverse it.
Face first in the turnbuckle.
Rollins just a step too slow.
And he gets directed into the corner. Roman Reigns focusing that anger, using it to get the advantage over Seth Rollins. You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on. That is a nasty tear on the face of Rollins now, guys.
Rollins landing awkward outside. And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count. Oh, whipped right into the diamond-plated steel. Sent straight into the barricade.
Lifted and completely helpless here.
The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every top contender on the SmackDown roster.
Roman Reigns has beaten big names over the last year and a half, but Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, the Demon Finn Balor, even John Cena. But Reigns has to be bothered by the fact that he has never been able to knock off Rollins in a premium live event match in his career. Never successfully defended a title against Rollins.
Indeed, two of the biggest PLE losses of Roman Reigns' career have been at the hands of Seth freaking Rollins. At Money in the Bank in 2016, Rollins defeated Reigns for the WWE title. And a year prior to that, Rollins committed the heist to the century and used the Money in the Bank to steal Roman's WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania.
Big powerbomb!
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
Heading to ringside now. Oh, and Roman fights back.
Finally, Roman's able to interrupt these attacks for a moment.
Yeah, Roman was able to momentarily stop the bleeding, but can he take control of this match? Consider your title dreams dashed after that. I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now. Boom! And a big boot.
Roman Reigns has just taken command. And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear.
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover.
Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys. Guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that Shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the Tribal Chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
well, there's
move
your
locked
answer.
In. Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade.
Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope.
I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here? Is Rollins going to tap here? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
Well, he makes it to the rope. Reigns has a 5 count to break the hold.
And Reigns breaks the hold here. Roman breaks the hold, and this match continues.
It just shows you how locked in Roman Reigns is to winning this match. Rollins just motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing has pushed the Tribal Chief past his boiling point.
Seth Rollins desperately. Oh, Roman Reigns about to put his opponent away. No getting up from this.
Spear! The champ taking care of business here.
Foot in the corner now. Superman punch by Reigns. And a spear.
That could be enough to continue the reign.
For the pin.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal Champion,
Roman Reigns has finally done it. Finally earned that title defense against Seth Rollins. Finally exercised the ghost of the Shield.
It looks like a huge weight has been lifted from the shoulders of the
I'm the last guy to knock a revolution. I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the moment and became the tribal chief in Roman Reigns' absence, I didn't like it. I don't even think I respected it. But something deep down in me admired it. That took some forward thinking. I'm the chief now! Now we all know what happened when the OG bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, faced the new rogue bloodline, led by Solo Sikoa, in the War Games. But there was a discussion here while planning the WWE 2K25 showcase that has me, your wise man, admittedly a little intrigued. What if War Games was limited to only OG bloodline, no honorary uses, versus Solo's rogue bloodline, no honorary uses? It's 4-on-4 Roman Reigns. The Usos, Sami Zayn, versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the most dangerous new competitor WWE has ever seen, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. What happens then? This is your moment to determine who is the real bloodline. This is your moment to determine who is the only Bloodline. This is where the Bloodline's legacy and the Bloodline's future is in your hands.
The following contest is the men's War Games match. The rules of the match are as follows. Two teams will be contained in separate cages, with one member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The team with the advantage will be the first to have a member released into the match. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Exiting the cage will result in a forfeit. And now, let the War Games begin!
The Bloodline is in chaos. This wrestling dynasty is on the brink of collapse.
This conflict goes far beyond acknowledgement, Michael. This man and the original Bloodline are fighting for their livelihood.
Introducing first, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jay Uso!
This man and the rest of the original Bloodline is under attack. The new Bloodline will do whatever it takes to wipe out the old guard.
But this man and the rest of his crew will not go down without a fight. This is a power struggle that could not be contained by a traditional 20-by-20 ring. He's ready to bring the heavy fire to the new Bloodline.
The original Bloodline was created with the wisdom of the elders, but this man and the new Bloodline are destroying what was built.
Well, this conflict was unfathomable until now. The new Bloodline is ready to hunt.
And from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob.
The new Bloodline does not live by a code. They do not act with honor. This man says the OG Bloodline will suffer the consequences of their disloyalty.
We are looking at a heavy hitter with pure malice in his eyes.
And he's looking to make his name at the expense of the old guard of the Bloodline.
The OG Bloodline have never faced a threat like this.
The island of relevancy is no more. The OG Bloodline is fighting bloodthirsty savages who will feast on whatever they can.
There will be no hesitation in pulling the trigger, and the OGs have got to match that ferocity.
And gentlemen, it is time for Bloodline War Games. Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu.
Both of these sides have a deep and abiding hatred for one another. Solo felt he was held down. His crew never called up during Roman's time as the tribal chief.
But most of the men on Roman's side were unceremoniously removed from the Bloodline courtesy of Solo Sikoa. And those who weren't have faced continued attacks from the new Bloodline.
And the winners tonight are very likely to be considered the true Bloodline by the WWE Universe. Let's see who comes out on top tonight. I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every Bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the Bloodline. If he's the one to earn the victory tonight, his time as the tribal chief may come sooner than anyone thinks.
Before War Games officially starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school Bloodline coming out on top?
Every one of these men is a proven main eventer, Michael, but that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page.
Yeah, and given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE could handle the new Bloodline.
Roman and his crew need to remember what bonded them, what made their team Uzi, and work as a real team. Just one last time.
If there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tonga Loa.
We've often seen that the man with the most to prove ends up being the difference maker in War Games.
Many folks think Tonga Loa is just a foot soldier for Solo. But let's not forget, this man is the son of Haku. Just like his father, Tonga Loa truly excels in a brawl. And there is no bigger brawl than War Games. Oof. Has him set up in the corner of the ring. Non-stop blows. And I don't like it, but in War Games, a one-sided brawl is all perfectly legal.
Devastating kick.
Down on the ground, getting pummeled by that hammer.
This match is getting the better of him.
Or he surely doesn't have much left in him. It's like we're looking at The Walking Dead here.
Come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this. Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous.
Looking for a belly-to-back suplex.
Back suplex into the neck breaker.
We're seconds away from these teams being at even strength.
He's going to be a sitting duck if he doesn't get out of the trench.
Tonga Loa now entering the fray of Bloodline War Games.
Solo Sikoa, leader of the new Bloodline, has called himself the head of the table, called himself the tribal chief.
And when he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
Well, Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Romans, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more.
And what a reversal from Jey Uso. Follow through with the uppercut.
Just trying to pound their opponent into the ground even further.
It's a recipe for cracked ribs. Old Bloodline, new Bloodline, both sides engaging in a brutal battle.
Every one of these men is fighting with every fiber in their being to be considered the true Bloodline.
Got to be a bit tough for Jey to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jey has waged with his cousin Roman, with his brother Jimmy, but he needs to put that aside tonight.
And Jey has the title wins and big victories that earn him the main event moniker. But if he's the one to put away the new Bloodline, he will truly be the main event of War Games.
And guys, this is what War Games is all about. Both Bloodlines leaving it all in the ring.
The old guard and new school trading their biggest shots in one of the most dangerous environments in all of WWE.
And his body seems to be the preferred target.
A consistent attack being mounted on Jacob Fatu.
Jacob's having trouble assessing the situation.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the Bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which begs the question, and I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Usi?
Uso. Ooh, treading all over their opponent. Ooh, sledgehammer to the body. This is not for the faint of heart.
He's taking a bit of damage from these blows.
The competitor in Tonga Loa coming through here.
OG Bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Solo Sikoa took his spot at the head of the table. Uso splash! Jimmy with a game ender.
Kick and uppercut.
And looking to cause some damage by attacking the skull.
Here comes the buzzer. The numbers advantage vanishes with this next entrant.
Top rope, Uso splash! Is that all she wrote for Tonga Loa?
Tama Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his Bloodline.
And they're not going to go into this one without a little backup in their corner. 8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instant. Up high! Wow! Cross body!
Here we go, your favorite, Cole. Blue Thunder Bomb!
And this has quickly become a match to be remembered.
A classic in the making. How in the world is it going to end? Hard punch. Okay, get loose. Have some fun.
Meanwhile, we have Sami Zayn.
No doubt, Sami just ended this.
Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side.
Jacob's planning something here. And his head is taking even more damage. Does that finish Sami off?
Super kick!
Big right hand from main event.
The count has started and one team is
Top rope, Jimmy Uso splash.
Will Jimmy seal this up?
And the Tribal Chief is now entering Bloodline War Games.
boom impact. Boom!
And now officially in the fray. It pays to be coming in and have more friends than foes in the cage.
Snapping the neck.
And it's Jay.
That could put Tama down for good. Denied via a wicked punch to the stomach.
Jay taking his offense.
Top rope.
Uso splash by Jay.
Will Jay take advantage? Crucial moment for Tonga Loa. Oh, man. Check to the gut.
What a right!
Boom.
Things will get back to an even playing field with the next entrant.
Nasty boot by Zayn. Has Sami ended it there?
And now the new Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa, joining Bloodline War Games. He's looking poised to finish Tama off. Side headlock applied.
And again, the head has been the target here.
It's a surefire way to keep your opponent out of sorts.
Looking out of the ring for reinforcements.
Well-placed kick.
He's standing tall on top of the cage now.
Careful. Oh, no! Sami with a big boot.
Is that all she wrote for Tonga Loa?
Sunset flip.
Hey, for the top rope, we'll give her some.
Taking flight.
He's getting fired up now, really feeding off this crowd.
This, what? But meanwhile, Zayn
Zayn has this wrapped up.
and taking even more damage to his head here.
He might want to start protecting himself better. Oh, runs right into the table.
And Chikawa's bad mood could only turn worse after that.
Yeah, Reigns came looking to prove his dominance, and he's doing just that right now.
Oh, no, that's a lot of blood now coming from Sikoa's head.
You can see all the brutality the original Bloodline team has dished out. Everyone on Solo's team are filling the War Games cage with their own blood. And scaling to steel.
This is either madness. Uso. Both wrists captured. That was nasty.
Will Sammy recover? Oh, basically hammering their opponent into the floor.
Oh, knee right to the spin. Does Jimmy have enough time to recover? Strong kick out late into the match.
How this match is still going on defies all reasoning. Just remember that attacks to the head like that can build up quickly.
Has Jimmy in his grip.
DDT! Did Jacob Fatu get enough of it?
Oh, Superman punch!
Ray's not done yet.
Being set from the middle rope. Oh, he timed that counter well.
Wait a second. He's going up the wall.
And it's we're going to finish it off. Going for the win. Kicks out.
What do you have to do to put this guy away?
And Team Roman wins War Games.
The new Bloodline has fallen.
Your winners, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Sami Zayn.
Here we go. First two combatants locked in the War Games structure. The original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline in the match beyond.
The WWE Universe has wanted to see this war for some time, gentlemen. Roman and his old guard versus Solo and the new crew.
So many questions. Can Roman's teammates put their past animosity aside? Can the rest of Solo's gang handle a match against competitors with more War Games experience?
Well, Byron, I think we'll know the answer to all those questions just a matter of minutes.
Oh, man, Jacob Fatu just got busted up.
Super kick!
Got to be a bit tough for Jay to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jay has waged with his cousin Roman, with his brother Jimmy, but he needs to put that aside tonight.
And Jay has the title wins and big victories that earned him the main event moniker. But if he's the one to put away the new Bloodline, he will truly be the main event of War Games.
Before War Games officially starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school Bloodline coming out on top?
Every one of these men is a proven main eventer, Michael, but that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page.
Yeah, and given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE could handle the new Bloodline.
Roman and his crew need to remember what bonded them, what made their team Usi, and work as a real team. Just one last time.
This War Games just got Usi. Zayn joining the original Bloodline side. Under the apron now.
Uso. He just grabbed what could be a game changer, adding an advantage on top of an advantage.
Solo Sikoa, leader of the new Bloodline, has called himself the head of the table. Called himself Tribal Chief.
And when he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
Well, Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Roman's, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more.
Smothering offense now from Jey Uso.
Jacob's being cut off at every pass. Looking like John Henry swinging the hammer like that.
No doubt about it. This is just adding extreme insult to injury. Oh, what a response. Boom! Right on target. What a forearm. I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every Bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the Bloodline. If he's the one to earn the victory tonight, his time as the Tribal Chief may come sooner than anyone thinks. Tana Loa now entering the fray of Bloodline War Games.
Oh my God, what a forearm!
Right to the jaw.
A consistent attack being mounted on Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, such intensity from Zayn right now. And that's a stiff shot from the top. Elbow drop.
Old bloodline, new bloodline. Both sides engaging in a brutal battle.
Every one of these men is fighting with every fiber in their being to be considered the true bloodline.
8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay, but the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo's squad tonight, and he'll deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
And looking at Jey Uso.
Jay can seal it here.
Elbow drop.
Oh, big hammer connects.
Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side has less experience inside this structure.
But look at how young and hungry Team Solo is. In particular, Tama Tonga is a real wild card. He's like a hyena locked in a cage with a bunch of raw meat.
I even asked Tama backstage if he was looking forward to this match, and he just said to me,
Uso.
But now here's Jey Uso.
Can Jacob Fatu come back from that?
the admiration for these superstars is echoing throughout this arena right now.
Well played super kick.
Stiff kick.
Ooh. See ya.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the Bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which begs the question, and I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Usi?
I think he is, Corey. Sami seems elated to be fighting alongside Jay and even Jimmy. Those are his dogs.
Another vicious attack to his head.
That's the kind of offense that could ruin your whole balance.
Oh, he saw it coming.
Good God, what force. The hammer dropped, literally. Something might be broken.
This is what you do when you're looking to do more than win a match. You're looking to hurt someone.
The timer is running out, and this next competitor will equalize things inside the cage. If there's one man here,
Uso.
But now here's Jey Uso.
Jay can seal it here.
Caught with the double axe handle. And with every additional hit to the head, you wonder if he should stay in this fight.
That's up to him and the referee. But I agree, this is concerning.
And now propped up in the corner.
Exploder into the turnbuckles.
The roar of this crowd has been building, and they are in a fever pitch right now.
You can feel the anticipation growing with every second that ticks past in this match.
Jimmy gets intercepted.
Big ball.
The WWE Universe is pouring more fuel on his fire right now.
OG Bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Oh, absolutely, Michael. Solo Sikoa took his spot at the head of the table. He says he's the new tribal chief.
And
This looks like the setup, too.
And looking at Jacob Fatu. And that was some vicious DDT we just saw.
Does Jimmy have any fight left?
Sami Zayn retaliates.
Side headlock applied. Oh, and a right hand for good measure.
Counting down the seconds until this match becomes a bit lopsided. Look at this. This can't be good.
Targeting the throat there. And the tribal chief is now entering Bloodline War Game.
Oh, there it is.
Spear! Jimmy might have just finished things.
Just attacking the legs. Look at the amount of members on each team now. This truly has the potential to become one-sided.
And that was a clear attack to his core. Maybe seeing an opening.
What a headbutt. Ooh, whoa.
Sammy's ring prowess couldn't get him out of trouble there.
Yeah, as Jimmy was staking his claim with that.
Sammy with a big boot. Crucial moment for Tonga Loa. Sami Zayn looking for it.
And with his coming entrant, the teams will officially be evened up.
What a headbutt.
Vicious.
He's finding himself in some territory he does not want to be in.
And now the new tribal Uso.
And now here's Jimmy Uso.
Will Jimmy seal this up?
And into the corner he goes.
The teams are squared up, but he doesn't.
Oh, Sami Zayn setting up something spectacular here, looking for the home run.
Sami Zayn from up top.
Sent him clear into the other ring. Perched up top.
Takes another trip to the skies, and it pays off once again.
Looking for something under the apron before entering. That hit connects from Roman Reigns.
Oh, that is going to leave a mark.
War Games has officially started, and a lot of damage has already been done.
This is about to devolve into total and utter mayhem.
What a headbutt.
Vicious.
And that attack has the streak.
Top rope.
Meanwhile, it's Jimmy.
Can Jacob Fatu come back from that?
Oh my God, look at the forearm.
That's a jump.
You can see all the brutality the original Bloodline team has dished out. Everyone on Solo's team are filling the War Games. Tonga.
And a stop.
He covers. Is this it?
Could be.
Sledgehammer right to the gut. Got there. This was almost over.
Uso.
Now looking at Jay. Makes the save, and they continue the...
Will Jay end this?
Super kick. Good night.
Oh, what a headbutt. Got it. No, just a two.
You are not alone in your shock, Cole. We all thought that was it.
Wicked clothesline. Cover on Tonga. This could do it. Breaks the pin and keeps this one going. Clothesline. Here's the cover. Hook of the leg. Wait a minute.
Wait. Feet are on the ropes.
Kicks out. He still has life.
How? Big boy.
Getting set up in the corner now.
Oh, that'll wake you up.
Is that all she wrote for Tonga? What a spear by Reigns! Reigns got all of it.
Roman for the win. The cover.
Vanquished Tonga.
And Team Roman wins War Games.
The new bloodline has fallen. Unbelievable. Roman's original Bloodline crew found a way to work together and reestablish their dominance.
You may not know who your brother or enemy is by their last name, but when you're in battle, look to your left, look to your right. That's family. And this is the one true Bloodline.
Okay, a little bit out of character for your wise man, but that was a little bit difficult for me to watch. Seeing this family splinter into two groups, fighting against each other, it breaks my dark heart. But they're all grown men, and you settled the issue. Now let's give Solo credit. Forming Team Solo was, of course, his usual backup of Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, the sons of Haku, feared as one of the baddest men to ever walk planet Earth. Along with them, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, son of Tama, also known as TK All Day, the Tonga Kid, another fearsome competitor from WWE's golden era. But did you know that Haku and Tama once comprised one of WWE's most impressive tag teams? Haku had been considered family by the Dynasty for years on end, and his teaming with Tama, brother of Rikishi, solidified this for eternity. The Islanders were a formidable test for any tag team in WWE in the late 1980s, competing against teams like the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs. Initially fan favorites, the two would embrace a more hard-nosed approach and even teamed up with WWE Hall of Famer Bobby the Brain Heenan, finding even more success. The team flawlessly merged aerial excellence, martial arts mastery, and some good old-fashioned Islander grit. Perhaps their most infamous moment saw them actually dog-nap Matilda, mascot of the British Bulldogs, showing that they were willing to do literally anything to throw opponents off their game. Both men are still revered today as two of the real legit tough guys in the industry, names that instill fear simply upon mention, and they absolutely taught their children well. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa both loved to slowly brutalize an opponent in the traditional Haku style, while Jacob Fatu hurls his body at opponents from all angles with reckless abandon, much like Islander Tama in his TK All Day heyday. For their inclusion in the 2K25 showcase, we find the Islanders in a dream match, taking on another team that has mastered the air, ground fighting, and has their own brand of swag that keeps opponents guessing at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins have put together one hell of a run in WWE, and the perennial tag team champions are going to find themselves in an unfamiliar setting, taking on Haku and Tama in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Anyone can sneak a win out, but Haku and Tama often competed in this type of match to fully demonstrate the superiority to their opponents. And you can bet that they're out to do the same thing to Angelo and Tez. So get out there and showcase the tag team mastery that the Islanders used to terrorize their opponents. Lift your party cups and take one last sip for the Street Profits. And don't worry, no one will hold you responsible for the damage you and the Islanders caused them, because I assure you, the Islanders can handle the smoke.
It is time for the Street Profits to get themselves some of the Islanders.
Well, with all due respect to the smoke and the party cups, but AD and Tez need to up their game. This could be the Profits' night, but it's not going to be easy.
The Profits possess tremendous athleticism, but so do the Islanders. And let's not forget, the Islanders have Bobby Heenan in their corner.
The following contest with
The Street Profits had better be ready for what's coming.
Tez and Dawkins have to be ready to deal with any shortcut the Islanders can find.
Their opponents, accompanied by Bobby Heenan, at a combined weight of 499 pounds. Tama!
We know the Islanders are as vicious as they come.
The Islanders versus the Street Profits in a best-of-3 falls match. This matchup represents two teams who want to rule the tag team division and have sharpened their offensive arsenals so one move can put away any opponent.
The Street Profits swag levels are at an all-time high, and they told the Islanders they want the smoke.
Look, this is the best Street Profits we've ever seen, but the Islanders are exceptionally dangerous. And don't forget their secret weapon in the form of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Something that Tez and Dawkins need to watch out for tonight is the presence of Bobby the Weasel Heenan. He'll do anything for his clients.
Don't you dare disparage the brain, Saxton. Heenan is indeed a wise man who has quickly brought the Islanders up the ranks. They'll be tag champions in no time.
2 out of 3 falls matches are a unique test. Corey, break it down for us. What's going through the Profits' minds here?
Well, Tez and Dawkins cannot allow themselves to get frustrated, because if you lose your cool, you lose your focus, and you start to make mistakes.
There's a little more room for error in a multi-fall match, but not much when the competition level is this high.
Oh, God.
Look, I get that the Islanders are brutal, but when I look at Haku, I kind of see something royal about him.
Are you kidding me, Saxton? Haku's a big, mean dude who loves to brawl. Nothing about him says royalty.
Though Bobby Heenan does seem intent on taking the Islanders to the top of WWE, perhaps becoming king of the ring, is on that path. Haku is picking the opposition apart.
The Islanders putting a beat.
Haku with a tongue in death, and he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
That'll light you up. This is not looking good for him.
And in these situations, it's hard to not get desperate, to start going for Hail Mary plays.
We're watching two great teams at work right now, but with the talent at this level in the ring, you have to wonder, are there any possible breakout single stars here?
Every one of these men has that sort of potential, Michael. I mean, Montez Ford has had moments of single success, competing in many high-profile matches on his own.
Though you'd be doing a great disservice to Angelo Dawkins, who has an equally impressive skill set should he go solo. And of course, both Islanders competed separately for a time in WWE before joining up. So you know that Tama and Haku can once again dominate as single stars.
Oh, foot just stomping down.
Ooh, what a headbutt.
Ooh.
Ooh, well measured.
A 2 out of 3 falls match is a different beast and a bit of a rarity in tag team competition. But one of these teams actually has a bit of a history with this stipulation.
Yeah, Cole, the Islanders have a history of success in multi-fall matches and in high-profile situations, no less. They competed in the main event of the first Royal Rumble event in this kind of match and won it in 2 straight falls.
They also won a 2 out of 3 falls match on Saturday night's main event. Bottom line, the Islanders are more than ready for this. Hopefully, the Street Profits are quick learners.
Oh, vicious headbutt.
Consecutive attacks keeping Dawkins off his game.
The Islanders straight up crushing the Profits here.
Ooh, bullseye! This is a big night for the Street Profits. Their party cups are filled to the brim tonight. I took a sniff of it, and it nearly knocked me out.
I've seen tap water knock you loopy, Saxton, but I know for a fact that the Profits have the strong stuff in hand tonight. In fact, I've heard the Islanders plan on taking a victory swig out from the heavens. Splash from the top.
Going up to the turnbuckle here.
Up high.
Point of the elbow finds the mark.
Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up.
Great sequence of offense from Haku.
Haku just smothering his opponent with offense.
Take off.
Headbutt on target.
And the Islanders just sent the
Cover!
There's 2. He manages to get a fall.
Ooh.
The Street Profits having a bit of trouble here against the Islanders.
There's just something about the Anawahi family that Tez and Dawkins can't quite overcome.
Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga.
Haku coup.
With the tongue and depth.
That's it. The submission was just too much to handle.
Here are your winners, Termine and Haku, the Islanders.
What a matchup. The Islanders met the Street Profits at every turn in the air and the ground. This loss is going to hurt Dawkins and Ford for a long time.
Look, we saw tremendous
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have the words to convey how proud I am to have been part of this historic showcase. Having worked alongside this family, this bloodline, for so many decades, reliving moments that I got to experience firsthand has been a privilege of the highest order. Introducing you to WWE legends that I hold in such high esteem, and also spotlighting the modern day greatness their descendants have provided you in recent years, all to pay tribute to the greatest wrestling family I have ever known, has truly been my privilege. To be successful in this industry is a 1 in a billion chance. To see one bloodline continuously pump out superstar after superstar, champion after champion, generation after generation,